Welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. And a good evening to you, or morning, whenever you're listening to this. Today is Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, May 27th, 2020. And today we'll be looking at our Fighting Forces, the DC 100-page giant that was available, I believe, today. I haven't seen it before. And just a quick story on this. I went to the comic store, my local comic store, 2011 Comics, and went through the new releases once. Didn't really see anything. Nothing looked really good. I was looking at the, the Black Widow issue that was out, and Spider-Man, and they look like pamphlets, and they wanted $5 a piece for them, really thin. And this is $5 for 100 pages. So it's like 2 cents a page. It's a great value. And even better, the story is in here are very good. It's an anthology. Earlier in the day, I listened to Comics Matters, and he had mentioned he went to 3 different comic book stores, and I saw some of the books that were on the shelves that he had picked up, and I had passed by. And I don't think he saw this one. I don't know if it was out there or not, or maybe it was in digital first or something. Some of the stories seem like they've been reviewed before, but I didn't see it online. So this may be the first one out there. This is my 11th episode of recording. I hope you've enjoyed the first 10. If you have tuned in, I am getting better at this, so hopefully you have watched my progression as I've gone. But let's get right into this right away. Just first off, make plans to go get this issue. I think it's really good. I think it would send a message to DC that, everybody supports this issue, because not only it's got a good message, but the writing in it is really, really, really strong all the way through. 7 of the 8 stories I really liked. One was I had some trouble with it. It wasn't well written. It was well written, but I just didn't understand it. I don't know if I missed a bubble somewhere or a caption that would have explained it a little better, but it didn't seem to really make sense. And it was more the supernatural tale, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Some of the artists that worked on this collection, there's a Larry Hama story. There's Christopher Priest, and he wrote the best one. I thought it's called The Unknown Soldier. Jim Lee's working on this. He draws one of the Batman stories that's in here. And Matt Kindt, with a T on the end there, he also contributed. And most of the other people I don't recognize. But like I said, 7 out of 8 stories, really good. And let's take a look at it inside here real quick. And here they are. House Call. That's featuring the Unknown Soldier. That's the one I really liked. Code of Honor, featuring Batwoman. Medal of Honor, featuring Batman. Frozen, featuring Skull and Bots. Knife Fight. A Last Full Measure. Remembering the Leopard. And Survival Mode. Okay, so first one up, we'll look at House Calls really quickly. And I really like this story. It's kind of got a Tarantino twist to it. And very unpredictable where it's going. The storyline's great. Very interesting throughout. You get the snarky media woman in there, and it doesn't matter. It adds to the story. So there's a lot of good art in here, though. I don't want to give anything away. I think people are going to enjoy this. Anybody that's kind of likes good writing is going to enjoy this. So let's I want to get to there's one page in here I really want to get to. Here it is. I'll read a little bit of this clip from here. What does war mean these days, and how do we win it? And the Unknown Soldier replies, this is when he makes his appearance, by being better people than the others who hate us. He introduced himself. Hello, Ms. Hathaway. Thank you for coming. So this is a great story. I really enjoyed it. So let's move on to the next one, which was this was the Batwoman story, and she comes off kind of snarky at the beginning, but she does, she does show her skills, her knowledge, her agility, her strengths. A few of these stories are to take place in the Middle East or Afghanistan, that area. I think this one might have been reviewed before. It might have been a digital comic. I'm not sure. I don't know if any of these stories have been published before, but it's real good. And at the end, she wants to be rewarded for her actions. It's like when we're too far ahead, and she catches the major insurgent that they really want to question and take him back to intel, and she's dragging him back into town. Says, "Hey, look, I got him." And the guy says, one of her teammates or patrol mates, squad mates, says, "What do you want? A medal?" And because he's keeping alive one of their fallen comrades, compatriots, it's like, "Come over and help this guy stay alive. Your job's not over, and we're all doing our part, whether we're getting the glory of getting the jackpot or just helping a fellow soldier out." So that's a great story, great ending. That was Larry Hama writing that story. And what I like too is there's a lot of military terms in here. Like they use a lot of acronyms, and they put the glossary of the terms underneath, because this has got a lot of military through the whole anthology. So if you're not familiar with the military, if you haven't been into it, there's a lot of stuff you might not know. And there's a few things I did know and a lot that I don't know. I'm not up to date on all the weaponry and such, and they kind of explain that a bit. So the Batman was real good. It kind of juxtaposes a Medal of Honors story of what he did during the war, and saving a friend. And Batman is saving Commissioner Gordon, and this certain soldier here is saving his friend who's been captured by the I don't think it's a Taliban, but some insurgents. And then it ends nicely. Both of them, the soldier getting his medal and Batman, he's not doing it neither one is doing it for the pride, but they're both recognized as being great friends, and know that they'll be there for everyone tomorrow. So very, very good story on that one. Moving along, we come to the Skull and Bots. Excuse me, I said bolts before. And this story is called Frozen, and it's a fun story. The colorist is really good in this. What I like is if you take a look at the Taliban group here, they really differentiate the browns in here. Not everybody's like the same shade. There's a lot of comic books I've seen lately that everybody's like the same, casts the same color, but there's actually different look to each other. And this, what it is this bot is kind of acting up. It's a experimental bot, and it's kind of cracking me up because this guy is like pointing his rifle right at this guy, like accidentally. Could shoot him in the face there. But one of the things I don't know, and I'm not really up on military, but this gentleman here is a colonel, but he's like right on the front line with a small group that's testing this experimental robot out. So I don't know if that happens in real life, if they put a colonel in there so close to the action. But it's fun. There's some good characters in here, and got some good bureaucratic political government twists in it as well. So good story. Enjoyed that one. Let's move along. I'll bore everybody here. This one was called Knife Fight. This was probably my second least favorite. Whoa, excuse me, almost knocked over a pencil box there. And it just kind of, it's like a man and a woman. The woman's chasing the man. The man should be outpowering her. He's much larger and looks to be stronger. But it just kind of like a war is hell, love is hell. they could be husband and wife, but instead they're combatants. And in the end, nobody wins because it is war. And they have this kind of fantasy scene here where they finally stop for a moment and kind of reconcile silently. The woman is definitely saying more than the man in this. She's got the yellow captions. The man's got the blue ones. That was kind of funny. I found that funny. And it doesn't end well, unfortunately. But it was good enough story. This was the story that at a last full measure. This one was a little confusing to me the way it ended, and it's about ghosts from a Gettysburg reenactment that come up from the ground and kind of take over the reenactors. And so they show real bloodshed and ghosts and zombies almost, that type of thing. But it just didn't do it for me. It didn't wrap up well. I was a little unsure of why it ended the way it did. You don't know if it was just a dream, if it really happened, or this is a nice shot there. Pretty cool. So the drawing in it, the art in it is really good. It was a little confusing for me for the way it ended. This was another good story. It's I think it's called The Leopard or something like that. Remembering the Leopard. And it's British soldiers this time in the Middle East, and they go on leave, and one guy stays behind. He was a former special ops guy, and he's got his own special mission he's going to carry out during the holidays. And don't want to give away too much because that's another good story. I'm telling you, you guys should run out tomorrow and buy this issue. I'm already at 12 minutes on this thing. Whoa. You can see there's good art, there's good fighting. There's a lot of action, this whole thing. Even Knife Fight, which wasn't that good, had a lot of good things going on. And this was the most reflective story, I believe, in the whole thing. It's about a soldier that goes to the Middle East. He's with his friend. I'm pretty sure it's like a high school buddy. He comes out alive, but he's changed forever. And, his country's proud of him, but he's just struggling to get back into regular civilian life, and he feels bad for all his friends and compatriots that have passed on, didn't get to go back to the U.S. with him. So very reflective story, a nice way to end it. I don't want to give the ending away, but anyway, I highly recommend this. Please go out, support DC on this one. Tell them that you like this one, that you like these kind of stories, you like good writing, and hopefully they'll get the hint. This is Indie Comics Jones from the Temple of Tomes. Have a great week. Take care.